Begin this hour keeping them honest, and there's breaking news to go with it that could leave more than 2,300 kids taken from their parents to the border without their parents for a long time to come. More on that shortly, but first, the ceremony that preceded it, President Trump reversing course on the policy, his own policy, that led to their separation. It was not, however, any kind of a mea culpa, far from it. There was no admission today that it was his policy choice, not the underlying law or the inaction of other presidents that precipitated this blow-up. Instead, he billed what he was doing as an act of courage, his own courage, of course, as well as something of a gift.
Okay. You're going to have a lot of happy people.
It's unclear whether he was referring to these young people in holding pens at longer-term facilities across the country or their parents being jailed elsewhere on the misdemeanor charge of entering the country illegally, which the administration once falsely claimed the law required, which it actually doesn't. What is clear, however, is that by signing the document, President Trump, with a stroke of his pen, demolished claims that he and his administration have actually been making day after day as hundreds more children were taken about how little they could do about any of it.
You can't do it through an executive order.
We hope Congress will actually do their part.
I want to see action by Congress.
Years and years of Congress not taking action.
Only Congress can fix this issue.
Congress alone can fix it.
Congress is going to come and fix this.
Congress can fix this tomorrow.
Congress can actually solve the problem.
Congress is the one that needs to fix this.
You, Congress, this is your law.
The only option is to not enforce the law at all. Congress is asking those of us who enforce the law to turn our backs on the law and not enforce the law. It's not an answer.
So we need to fix that under law, not an executive order, not a stroke of a pen. You can't do it through an executive order.
Well, keeping them honest, actually, turns out you can. The president did it today. What's more, according to CNN legal analyst Carrie Cordero and others, an executive order wasn't even needed because the policy didn't originate with one. It was launched on the 6th of April in a memo from Attorney General Jeff Sessions to federal prosecutors along the southwest border. The subject, a zero-tolerance policy for migrants effective immediately. Now, there's nothing in the memo about the human costs, only a vague statement that field offices should request any additional resources required for implementing the policy. But whether or not the president needed an executive order to reverse the Attorney General's memo, the date on that document, just 3 months ago, it speaks loudly to another presidential falsehood today.
This has been going on for 60 years. 60 years, nobody's taken care of it. Nobody's had the political courage to take care of it, but we're going to take care of it. It's been going on for a long time.
Now, 60 years certainly is a very long time. It's 60 years. It's a whole lot longer than 3.5 months. All of it during his administration that this has actually been going on. And just to be charitable and assume the president was talking about the underlying law, well, that's only been around for 10 years and was never enforced this way until now. So it's hard to see exactly what he meant again.